Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about the FMCSA and how they're looking to potentially require dispatch services to obtain a broker bond. But first, roll the intro. Welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased on owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you've provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming, and let's talk about what the FMCSA is trying to do, potentially forcing truck dispatch services to obtain broker bonds. And we've been in the business for many years, and this is something that we've been watching for, and we knew that this was probably going to come in terms of regulation. So towards the end of the video, we're going to give you our thoughts on this and how we feel if this is good or bad, or this is going to benefit truckers or benefit some other group out there in the trucking industry. So let's get going with the video. The FMCSA is basically looking at the broker definition, trying to determine whether or not the type of work that truck dispatch services or dispatch services are doing out there for truckers are related to a brokerage, which requires a bond, or they're a bona fide agent. And so they're actually separating these two things. Are dispatch services a broker or a bona fide agent? And the way that they're separating that is by looking at what the dispatch service is actually doing. Are they servicing one truck or one MC, one carrier, or are they working with multiple MCs, like in our case where we have a ton of customers with their own MC authorities operating independently, and we help them make the money that they deserve. Now, the other thing that they're looking at is the arrangement of freight. Are they arranging freight and allocation of traffic? And there is a law firm that actually jumped in and says, well, what does it mean when you say arrangement of freight? What does it mean when you say allocation of traffic? And ultimately is identifying a load or finding a good, well-paid load, negotiating the rate on that load, and basically communicating the pickup and drop information to the driver or to the carrier to dispatch that out to their drivers. Is that considered participating in an arrangement of freight? Is that considered participating in the exchange of money? Because that's another caveat that they're looking at. Are you participating in the exchange of money? So ultimately, there are some things that need to be defined, some things that may possibly need to be redefined, and definitely lots of things that need to be looked into further. Now, there is an organization we've talked about in previous videos called TIA. These guys are like the OIDA of that, but except they represent brokers. So they're looking at the benefit of brokers, and they want the bonds to actually come out. And they're basically saying there's a lot of illegitimate truck dispatch services that are out there that are operating as brokers, and they're breaking all the rules and laws, and they need to be regulated, restricted, and a bond needs to be issued in order for them to operate under the same rules and regulations or similar rules and regulations as said by the FMCSA and written under the FMCSR. Now, what we've seen over the years in the trucking industry, being in the truck dispatch services and a dispatch services circle, is that we have seen a lot of small companies pop up like mushrooms after a good rainstorm. And ultimately what's happened is that we've talked to a lot of these guys. A lot of those customers of theirs are now customers of ours. I'll give you an example. When the pandemic just started, the rates completely plummeted, tonnage went down, there was no money to be made or very little amount of money to be made, and a lot of effort had to be put into getting those same loads for the customers. And so what happened is that a lot of those smaller dispatch companies, they just basically went out of business. They shut down. They didn't want to deal with it because they were only there for the easy pickings. When the market was super hot over the last couple of years or so, they were picking up freight. And ultimately, where I stand on this as AFT Dispatch as an organization, that we do want these bonds to go into place. And let me explain why. We are here as a buffer between the broker, the 3PL, the freight forwarder, what have you, and the carrier. We want to make sure that the carrier is taken care of. We are here to help the carrier, not the broker. And so obviously what we want to do is offer a service that's going to be a legitimate service, someone who actually knows what they're doing, they have the experience, they understand the market dynamics, and they're offering that service to improve the effectiveness and efficiency of any given carrier that's operating out there. Now, what we've seen is that a lot of these guys come in for the easy pickings, and when the rates are high, they're taking their money, and oftentimes the carriers actually end up not making the top dollar or anywhere near the top dollar, but because the rates have increased a bit because of the way that the market is working, and those guys are able to increase the general freight rate, then they're usually happy. But what they don't realize is that if they go with an actual professional company that knows what they're doing, they've been doing it for a long time, their rates would actually be considerably higher and would actually match and often beat the market averages. And so that's one of the problems. I do feel that, as far as our thoughts on this, is that this would level the playing field and would actually kick out the bad actors out of the industry, allowing truck dispatch services and those types of auxiliary services to actually operate. Would be open to that, because again, we would be able to provide the service to our customers and any future prospects of for our services, and we know what we can do and what we can deliver. We understand what we're doing, and we're all about equal opportunity for folks who start their own businesses, get in and have low barriers to entry. But the truth is, we don't want people practicing on carriers, because that's just not the way to go. And ultimately, that's what we've seen out there, which left a very bad taste in the mouths of carriers, and they're saying dispatch services are terrible, they're not helping do this, do that. But unfortunately, they just simply work with the wrong companies who were ultimately practicing on them. So where we stand is we're definitely supporting this. We will be following up on this. We will be leaving comments, and a comment period is open as of yesterday, November 16th, and that will be open for comments with the FMCSA. Please be sure to leave your comments in the comment section below in our in our video here, but also with the FMCSA, and let them know how you feel about this. Do you feel that requiring a bond, setting regulations, making this a regulated business, and setting certain requirements in terms of how you run a truck dispatch service is going to be good or bad for the industry, good or bad for truckers, good or bad for brokers, and ultimately, is it a good or a bad thing? Please leave your comments in the comment section below. If you haven't done so, please smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm going to switch over the camera. We're going to look over the loads that we booked for our customers, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back. Let's take a look at some of these loads. We got vans and reefers this week. Rates are still down, but the guys managed to do a great job, both drivers as well as the dispatchers. Going to go ahead and start off with reefer coming out of Glendale, Maryland, with a one dropper going to Cleveland, Ohio. Short, real quick run, 13,000-pound light load of frozen foods, 376 miles booked at $1,200. Got them $319 a mile. Then Ashland, Ohio, with one pick, three dropper going to Ocoee, Florida, South Daytona, Florida, and a final in Riviera Beach, Florida. It's a 42,000-pound load of frozen food, 1,273 miles booked at $6,000. Got them $471 a mile on a ton of miles, doing a great job. That's all they did. They actually ran for 6 days, not a week. Grossed $7,200 in their 6 days. Ran 1,649 loaded miles and got that an average of $437 per loaded mile average. Excellent job on both parties. Next, we're going to go with a dry van. Coming out of Fremont, Nebraska, going to Gordon, Nebraska. Real quick, short run, light load, 10,000 pounds of dry goods, 333 miles booked at $1,900. Got them $571 a mile. Then Custer, South Dakota, going to Poplar Bluffs, Missouri, with a 20,000-pound, again, light load. Load of retail clay. It's 1,098 miles booked at $2,050. Got them $1.87 on that one. Then out of Marston, Missouri, going to Sedalia, Missouri, with a load of aluminum coil wire bundles. This is a 345-mile run booked at $1,320. Which got them $383 a mile. Then Independence, Missouri to Colby, Kansas, with a 43,000-pound load of general cargo, 384 miles booked at $1,400. Got them $365 a mile. They finished off with a one-pick four dropper out of Birch City, Kansas, with two drops in Hennessy, Oklahoma, one in Elgin, Oklahoma, and a final in Wichita Falls, Texas. Looks like, four dropper. It's a 40,000-pound load of FAK, 600 miles on the dot, booked at $1,600. Got them $267 a mile. Did a great job. Ran for a week. Grossed $8,270 in gross for the week. Ran 2,760 loaded miles at an average of $3 on the dot. So excellent job there. Next, we got ourselves a reefer coming out of Sioux City, Iowa, with a one-pick two dropper to Las Vegas, Nevada, and North Las Vegas, Nevada, just right there. Light load, 11,000 pounds of frozen potatoes, 1,314 miles, booked at $5,500, got him $419 per mile. Then out of Reno, Nevada, with a 1-pig 2-dropper to Mesa, Arizona, and Albuquerque, New Mexico. Another long run, 43,000 pound load of general freight, 1,261 miles, booked at $3,500, got him $278 a mile. Did a great job, ran for a week, grossed exactly $9,000 on their miles, ran 2,575 loaded miles at an average of $350 per loaded mile average. Excellent, excellent job. Next, we got ourselves a dry van. All of these are solos, by the way, coming out of York, Pennsylvania, going to Walton, Kentucky. This is a 43,000 pound load of freight of all kinds, or FFK, 565 miles, booked at $900, got him a $159 on that one, going out to Kentucky. Then Maysville, Kentucky to Biglerville, Pennsylvania, with a 40,000 pound load of dry goods, 445 miles, booked at $1435, got him $322 per mile. Then Dulles, Virginia, going to Hapeville, Georgia, 40,000 pound load of non-hazmat IBC totes. This is a 654 mile run, booked at $1,705, got him $261 a mile. Then Marietta, Georgia to Austell, Georgia, real quick run, 44,000 pound load of boxboard. When I say real quick, it's real quick. 12 miles, booked at $200, got him $16.67 a mile. A little quick run there. Then Addersville, Georgia to Williamsburg, Virginia, with a 5,000 pound light load of beer and soda cans. It's a 624 mile run, booked at $1,200, got him $1.92 per mile. Then out of Williamsburg, Virginia, zero deadhead, going to Medford, Massachusetts, with a 44,000 pound load of beer. That's a 595 mile run, booked at $1,650, got him $277 a mile. Then got out of there out of Poland Spring, Maine, going to Bridgewater, New Jersey, with a 44,000 pound load of water, 386 miles, booked at $1,100, got him $285 per mile. Excellent job, ran for a week, grossed $8,190 in their week, ran 3,281 loaded miles at an average of $250 per loaded mile average. An excellent job. Regular equipment. Then we got ourselves a reefer out of Oberlin, Ohio to Pauls Valley, Oklahoma, with a 25,000 pound load of floral plants, 1,074 miles, booked at $2,521.84, got him $235 a mile. Then Denton, Texas to Chicago, Illinois, with a 42,000 pound load. It's a mixed load of ham, cheese, hot dogs, and smoothies. 915 miles, booked at $1,800, got him a $197, going to an excellent market with the right equipment. Then 3 picks out of Chicago, going to Hampton, Virginia, longer run with a 40,000 pound load of frozen beef, 870 miles, booked at $33.50, got him $385 a mile. Great job. And they finished off with Colonial Heights, Virginia, going to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, with a load of beer, load to scale, 304 miles, booked at $1,100, got him $362 a mile. Did an excellent job running for a week, grossed $8,771.84, ran 3,163 loaded miles at an average of $277 per mile. Excellent job. Lots of miles, great rate, doing very well in today's market. Next, we got ourselves a regular drive-in out of Lolita, Texas, going to Wrightstown, Wisconsin, with a 30,000 pound load of plants, 1,358 miles, booked at $2,900, got him $214 a mile. Next, load out of Plover, Wisconsin to Austell, Georgia, with a light load of 17,000 pounds of plastic cans, 954 miles, booked at $3,000 even, got him $314 a mile. Then Rome, Georgia to Williamsburg, Virginia, with a 5,000 pound light load of empty cans again, 633 miles, booked at $13.50, got him $213 a mile. And they finished off at Williamsburg, Virginia, zero deadhead to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, 25,000 pound load of FAK, 350 miles, booked at $1,000, got him $286 per mile. And that's it for them. They ran Monday to Monday, so 7 days on a road, grossed $8,250 in gross, generated 3,295 loaded miles at an average of $250 per loaded mile average. They did a great job. I'm going to finish off with another excellent reefer. These guys, this driver ran for 6 days. So this is a solo coming out of Phoenix, Arizona to Marion, Indiana, with a 19,000 pound load of frozen cakes. 1,770 miles, booked at $3,500, got him $1.98 per mile. from not a good market to a great market, just under $2. Very well done. Then North Manchester, Indiana to Memphis, Tennessee with a 43,000 pound load of eggs, 570 miles booked at $1,900, got him $333 per mile. Then Memphis, Tennessee with a 1 pig 2 dropper to Franklin Park, Illinois and Bellwood, Illinois with a light load of 13,000 pounds of snack foods, 546 miles booked at $1,200, got him an easy $220 a mile. Finished off with Chicago, Illinois, going to Groveport, Ohio with a load of pickles, 42,000 pound load of pickles, 336 miles booked at $1,800, got him $536 per mile. Did a great job, ran for 6 days, and in those 6 days grossed $8,400 on their 3,222 loaded miles that ran at an average of $261 per loaded mile average. Excellent job on all drivers. Great job to all the dispatchers, and you too can be making this kind of money, whether you're a lease on owner operator or a carrier. We do work with 2 classes of drivers that are out there. If you have your own MC or you need to work under somebody else's umbrella, that's fine. We do work with both types. You can make this type of money. We have been maximizing rates in any market, under any market conditions. So as mentioned in the first part of the video, if you work with the right companies, if you work with the best, if you work with companies that have years of experience in the industry, you can get through these difficult times in the market. And I urge you guys to get in touch with us by either calling or texting us at 801-448-6363. Visit our website at aftdispatch.com/go, or simply fill out our chat box at any one of our web pages. And until next week, guys, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.